Hi, your favorite uncle, and we are back with episode 2 of Daredevil Reborn. Y'all, let's jump right into it, shall we? Y'all, the people in New York celebrating Fisk winning the mayor election like this is Trump 2024. Like, y'all, this is just a mayor. Y'all going hard like it's the new president. Now, I get it, y'all, because being the mayor of New York, you're the mayor of like, what, 7 or 8 million people? There are countries that don't even have 7 or 8 million people. There are some countries that have the same amount of people that they have in those countries in New York. So it is like running your own little country. Specifically, if you that city manager, if you know about that one. Okay, y'all. So we get a man coming down the elevator, and he's noticing that two thugs are roughing up a guy that can't defend himself. So, in good Samaritan order, he decides to step in. Let me tell you, I'm not doing that. When I tell you, but God, ooh, hallelujah. When I tell you, I'ma keep walking, I'ma keep moving, and I'ma keep minding my own business because there's only two things that I have to do on this earth. Number one, stay black. Number two, die. That is all. As long as I do those two things, I got this. But he decides to help the man. One of the people got killed in the process, and now NYPD, you're under arrest. Why didn't y'all say that from the jump? See, y'all be doing ignorant stuff like this, and then when stuff go bad, oh wait, let me show my badge again. Let me diffuse the situation. Shouldn't y'all done that from second one? Shouldn't y'all? But y'all didn't, and now we're here. So y'all, we get a scene where the manager, the guy that pretty much runs Fisk, so he can run the city of New York, she's telling him that his wife Vanessa, her not really being by his side is kind of hurting with more traditional voters, especially because he's married. But however, his speech did resonate with younger voters. My thing is this: I really love what they're doing with Vanessa in this adaptation of Fisk in the Marvel universe, because with Miles Morales, that lady was an innocent bystander. Her and her son had nothing to do with it. However, this lady is a madam, pimp hand, real strong. Slap, where is my money? I respect that. So yeah, we get a scene where Hector, the guy that was breaking up a fight, and Matt talk, and Matt's using his superpowers to be like, something's missing. He believes him, but something is missing. Something. So y'all, now Fisk and his people are in a car, and there's a traffic jam because there's a hole. My question is, who put that there? Who put that there? Okay, y'all. So I know this episode already came out a while back at the beginning of the year, and it's only episode 2. But is this just going to be like the making of him? Like, I know it's Daredevil Reborn, which means he's eventually going to put back on the hood. But when exactly? Like, okay, I will totally accept him not wearing it from the first maybe 3 episodes. 4 is pushing it, but after a while, he's going to have to put that on, and here's why. Because I remember watching a show called Yu Yu Hakusho Live Action, which is on my YouTube. Go watch it. And they only had him uh on the other side of Jordan for like half, like literally the first episode. At the end of the first episode, he came back. I'm like, no, no. Y'all should at least gave us at least 1 to 2 full episode and a half of him not being alive. Then a third, y'all could have brought him back. It was only 6 episodes. Like, eventually, I want my superheroes to be superheroing. Okay, y'all. So we have the scene where they're at the court, and there's a lot of cops there. My question is, y'all there? Who patrolling? Who on patrol? Who's watching? Who is helping grannies across the street, cats out of trees, playing with kids at the park, being resource officers. How y'all got all this time just to show up to court, especially when you're not needed? Some of y'all should be going to the gym because y'all out of shape and you can't outrun me. So y'all, the judge denied bail without even hearing, which lets you know he's pro cop. Now we're at the scene where Fisk is being interviewed by a reporter named BB, and he knows the uncle. I would say it's a small world, but when evil does evil, evil happens. See, y'all, when clownery happens, clowns come back to bite. Now, y'all, you know how they say you give a person an inch, they take a mile. That's exactly what she did. And Fisk said, Miss Urich, thank you for your services, and left. Which I understand, girl. You all up in my business. Mine yours. So y'all, Fisk goes to the funeral of the officer that tripped and fell. And the police commissioner, is running his mouth like, okay, so Fisk is evil, like diabolically. And you running your mouth, you like at him like this, like he just won't have a relapse and do evil stuff. All right, all right, all right. So y'all, they go visit him, and of course, in true typical fashion, the lawyer ends up in Hector's wife's room, snooping and looking around. Like the moment he would have said, "Y'all sit down," said, "No, you ain't going into my room. Y'all steal, y'all take, and then y'all act as if y'all discovered it. No, no, no. I'm gonna go in there right with you. We can look together. Shoot, I know how to look. I got eyes and hands that work and all that stuff. I know how to look for stuff, and no, not like how men look, where they just stare at it and say they don't see it. No, I know how to look like a woman or actually move stuff around. Yeah. Y'all, so y'all know Murdock feeling some type Matlock is feeling some as a Murdock, sorry, Murdock is feeling some type of way because he's White Tiger and he's a vigilante. And um, Matt Murdock, he don't do that. Daredevil don't do that no more. So he's feeling some type of way about it. And he was like, well, Daredevil's not around, and he started to chuckle. And my whole thing is this: you should be transparent with that stuff because he's like, if I can figure this out, they're going to be able to figure this out because they can get up into your house too. My whole thing is this: once again, this is all for the plot because ain't no way somebody that look like Matt's and one look like Hector's wife is just going to let you go up into her. So y'all, Fisk was able to convince the commissioner to stay because he knows about his secret child. That's why I don't do dirt. So you ain't got to worry about this stuff. If you're always clean, you will never get in mess. If you are always clean, you will never get in mess. Mess will never find you. If you're always in mess, around mess, next to mess, above mess, under mess, it's because you want to be in mess, and mess is always there. Folks got to learn if they're always in mess and drama, it's because they want it. Because I ain't in mess and drama, y'all, and my life is doing good. Anywho, excuse me. So, Daredevil was able to convince the judge to not bring up the um, vigilante stuff, and he agreed because it's true. We're about what's happening right then and there. So, y'all, we have Matt following one of the officers that was there that night. And wouldn't it be cool to have super hearing? Not to like eavesdrop on people's conversations and stuff like that, but to be able to just, do superhero stuff. Okay, y'all. So Daredevil's girl, who is a LPC, decided to take a rain check because she had a new client. I'm thinking it was the creepy stalker guy who's obvious that he's a stalker and she needs to call 911. Now, why is it Fisk and his wife in couples counseling? I'm not mad at it because, hey, I will be working on my marriage too. I would do everything I possibly can before I have to be like, you know what? I think we're just better off, you know, not being married. But I do pray that the one time I'm married is the only time that I'm married. Shoot, till death do you part. I hope. So y'all, Daredevil comes to save the guy that's his star witness and got him there safely. And the two police officers thought it was a good idea. Now, hear me when I tell you this. To beat up a blind man who can see, like, that's going to go well in real life. They were almost trying to take him out the game. But then that Daredevil had to come, and I said, he was taking it, y'all. He was taking it, y'all. He was taking it like a real champ. Took them hits and took them kicks. I said, okay, Daredevil, not fighting back because you're only in control of yourself. Once that pew pew came out of nowhere, he was like, hold up now. Let me remind these folks who I am. Real quick, I'll be back. And that's where our story ends. Like, comment, subscribe, share, and come back.